Alright, we are back for more Factorio today. And we need to get these steel furnaces set up. Well, maybe. How far off? I can't look. Let's just say how far off are the electrics. But I actually don't know. If we start getting behind, we'll get some of them. I do need to get the stone brick probably up there. Nope, I already did that. Well, hell. We already did that. And we already did the update for these last time. So, I guess we're going to start on these. So we can get red belts. We already made steel. Oh, we got to do engines. That's our main thing. And we can now do our piercing ammo. Okay. So belts, piercing ammo. We're going to start with piercing ammo first. Even though we technically don't need it first. Alright, so I need to get copper and steel. And we'll do that right on this side of the belt. No. No, thank you, sir. We'll do that. That, and then technically we do that, and then we don't have to deal with that, and we can do that. Alright, and we should go rather slow. We need to run this all the way up. And go ahead and get rid of that. And we won't need fast inserts with this. And then, yeah, let's move that down to there. That'll take care of all of that. Now, let's see. We need just gears, gears and circuits. So we do not need that going up that far. So we can go ahead and do this. And then we should be able to get away with this, I would say. Should be fine. And then we can put that there. And we'll give it a good little bit. And now I want to take Hey, Yoshi. Got all of those back in there. Oh, and where did I put them? Up there. The lies of deception. I see no oil and rails here. Just belt. What is this heresy? That's what I'm doing today. Not what I've done yet. Patience, young man. Patience. All good things come to those who wait. Alright, so all of that. We're going to upgrade these as well. Alright, so now you're not even researching rails or oil. Excuse me, sir? Would you like to restate that? Because I'm kind of on rails right now. Look, we're here for 4 hours. No reason to get in any hurry. We'll get there. In time. That is what I have planned for today. Hey, Kruger. Drop the rest of those back off. And grab me a bunch of those. Oh, there's something else I need to do, which I'm sure will irk a lot of y'all. I like trains. You can shit talk trains all you want, but I like them. And I'm gonna use them. And speaking of y'all shit talking, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna shit talk this as well. We're gonna use the steel one because we can upgrade that. And we're gonna put all that wood in there and just let it get burned off. That's gonna be my little incinerator. And when I start clearing out all this wood, it's all going over there. Waste not, want not, damn it. Alright, so we got that done. Now the only issue is how do I unfuck this situation? The easy answer is I move them over here. That's the easy answer. Because I typically do my belts side by side. And blue ones are going to take lube. Those are going to take tungsten and lube. Those are going to take engines and nickel and lube. Those aren't even going to take the other tier. So those must be for this planet only. Let's see. Belt speed is 45 a second. Belt speed is 60 a second. So yeah, these are faster than what these are. These can just take more damage. So this place must be, hell. My issue is more with the rail L of LTN. Yeah, see, I don't use that crap. Alright, so... yeah, let's just do this. We're just going to get rid of this area here. Because we're going to need more gears for what we're doing anyways. So we could actually get rid of all of this. There we go, that works. We've already got this big ass gear line going up here. We don't use most of this up. And the only thing we need for this is gears, then circuits, and then even more fucking gears. So yeah, we're gonna have another one of these, which is gonna be for the yellow one when we get to the yellow one. And I'm pretty sure the yellow one will be the last one on this planet. It's the last one, period. So yeah, that's our last one, so we'll just put that there, and then we'll leave a little bit of room. We'll run up this stuff here. We don't need the steel. This is going to be for belts. Probably, since we're doing... let's just do 2. You guys know how I roll. I like to use my yellow belts where I can. You don't. Just go somewhere else and build a new, more organized factory. What do you mean, more organized? What's unorganized about this? Also, do you know who you're talking to? You're trying to get me to do things organized. I don't think that's how I do things. This is probably the most organized that any of my factories have ever fucking been. Alright, this is going to be for red belts. This is going to be for those. And yeah, they need plates for this. That's going to go there. You also know who is telling you to be organized. One of the least organized people. That is true. You are absolutely horrible at it, so. But I would not call you unorganized as much as, unable to finish a fucking thing. Okay, so then we're going to put this one here. We're going to do that. We're going to bring this up. Does he need... yeah. I thought he did. That. And then doesn't need gears. We're going to do that. And then we need to do this. And yeah, get rid of that. Okay, so this is going to be the red one. This is going to be the red one. This just needs more gears, so this is going to come up here. This needs gears, so this is coming up here. And then this is going to go there and there. And this is going to move up to... Fuck, I think I'm going to have to put it there. Because I'm going to have to do this. What am I doing? Yeah, that goes like that. That goes into there. Give me that. Why do I have the belts up here? What the fuck was this mess? I need it for these two. That's what the fuck is with this mess. Okay. So I'm just being retarded. Gaia. Alright, so now we need to get... that. So we can do that into there. This needs gears as well. So we're going to have to move that to there. But that can't go there because we have to have this go there. So this can go here. So this is going to have to go in there and look all kinds of fucking stupid. Alright, fluid tanks are now done. We can do the fluid wagons. And let's go ahead and get military in there, landfill in there, the automation, the circuit networks, the gates, and yeah, that. And then we'll do, that'll get all the rail stuff done. Circuits that we're going to need for rails, gates if we use them. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, now we'll just put a box here and that. We'll just put one of these here, and we need one of these to go there, and we want to get that down to about there, that down to 1, that down to 1, and just because how do I want to do this? Because if I want to keep these, maybe I won't keep them. Fuck, I don't know. Because if that fails, you at least still have the old factory. Gotta be honest, Bear's base looks more organized than my base. Bases usually are. You also know. Oh, I read that part. So you know I have ADD. That's that's just how I am. I try my best though. Yay, train signals. Bear, your belt production is too organized. It needs more belt spaghetti. No. I got this. We don't need belt spaghetti. What am I missing here? Oh, hey, stupid. Put in the frickin'... Now that is not. No, sir. No, we're not. No. Although. I really like keeping my yellow belts. I really like using them when I need them. Now, granted, I'm going to need to make more, or get the undergrounds and shit, too. You can have 2. Okay. But I can just put them off this side when I end up needing more, so yeah, that'll work. And yeah, we're going through those rather quickly, but that is because we never did this. We can now do this. And now that will make them quicker. And we can technically put in 2 of them. Because it's still waiting a second, but I think it'll be alright. And then we'll just do this for the output. And that'll give us a lot more gears up there. And it's not like this needs to run, you know, all the fucking time. So it's fine that it's going to eat a bunch to make it up, but then it's going to sit here and do fuck all for a while. Alright, so the last thing we got to do, somebody's going to hate it, but it's got to be done, is we need to bring the circuits around top. And how many do you need? Okay, you're getting a blue one. I didn't realize you needed that freaking many circuits. Holy crap. That needs a lot of circuits. Alright, so that takes care of that. Now when we get to the blue ones, we'll put the blue ones over here. So then we can just go from these boxes into the blue ones. And now once this all gets fixed up, then we'll change out this main iron belt for a red belt. Probably end up bringing 2 red belts up here. Alright, so we don't need to worry about tanks yet. We can make the trains, we can make the tracks. We need the tanks when we make the fluid wagons. But we can't make the trains until we get the engines. And we need to make the pumps, which needs the engines as well. So the next thing we're doing is making engines, which is steel, iron gear, and pipe. Alright, so I'm going to do the engines, and then we're also going to do, so we're also going to need circuits in this area for that. Stone and iron. Okay, so we're basically going to need everything in this area, except for copper plates. I don't think we're going to need copper plates up there. And we're not going to need the stone brick, but we're going to need regular stone. But we're not doing the tracks in this area, because I don't want to put stone down the main line here, because we don't need it. Alright, so for engines, we need a pretty good amount of these done. We're just going to go with however many that is for the moment. And man, I wish there was a way to hide all these recipes. I'm wondering if there's a mod that automatically hides or even makes another. You know what? Screw it. Hold on. We're gonna go look. I'm gonna have so many fluids. Explore, search, arrow, tab, arrow fluid icons. Is this what I want? Let's change the icon to more show which fluid is in it. I can't say I hate that. I actually kind of like that. But I don't barrel stuff much. I just want a tab. Automatic barreling and unbarreling machine. It's only useful if you don't like fluid wagons and you just want to barrel your stuff. I don't mind. More barrels, barrel of fluid. Could. Bioprocessing. Oh, maybe we need to look for group. Transport group. Circuit. Planet. Player. Logistics. Ammo. Clones. Council. Recipe list. Data raw serpent. I don't know what the hell that's for. Periodic madness. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is one. Barreling is useful for supplying space factories. I'm not going to have space factories. If you're talking the platforms, there will be no space platforms in this playthrough. Barreling group. Adds new group for barreling and unbarreling recipes. Thank you. Install. Should be all we need from there. Alright, so now, so you guys don't get a black screen. You're gonna get the please stand by. Also, it looks like there is a fluid tab. They're just not using it. It's the vanilla fluid barrels, though. Why wouldn't they be using it? And there's a fluid tab, but barrels aren't fluids. They're items that hold the fluids. That is for literally only fluids. So water, sulfuric acid, oil, all the stuff you get from oil, which makes, it would make absolutely more sense, Creeper, if the barrels were in that tab, but, you know, Factorio? By the way, is the music on the standby screen too loud? Especially when I'm trying to talk over it. I haven't listened to it in fuck off ages. Alright, come on, OBS. Okay, well, see, you all gotta tell me this shit. Because, like, if I go about there. Alright, come on, OBS. Pick up the game. Come on, do the thing. Hey, Les. Come on. You can do it. There you go. About fucking time. Alright, so. So now, not that I need to know where they are, but where the fuck did all my barrels go? Oh, it's because I'm not in here, stupid. There's my barreling tab. Alright, that works. So now, can we just, delete that tab? Yes, that is so much cleaner in there, isn't it? I don't know why that's showing up. I don't know why these are showing up either. I haven't even been to that planet yet. We also have to discuss, when we get there, because it's going to be a minute. But, like, what planet are we going to first? And if anybody votes for Gleba, you're getting shot out of a cannon at high speed through a brick wall into the sun. And if you say it more than once, it's going to be through a cactus field before the brick wall and then to the sun. Dude, Gleba is just annoying. It's the rot planet. Everything rots. Your only reason to go to that planet is to get an egg so you can make one kind of science. It is the most boring, stupidest planet I've ever been on. I say that, but I've only been on one other planet. I went to Gleba for my second one. Alright, so we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do the same thing we did with the circuits over there. So, how many of these did I put out? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. So, if we did 10, then we're going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cinco de Mayo. Tequila and tortillas for everybody. Okay. I have the DLC, but I didn't play it yet. I don't like cliffs, and I hear one of the planets is full of cliffs. Well, I can't say too much because I haven't played all the planets. I've only played Vulcanus and Gleba, and, you know, Gleba sucks ass through tiny straws. Okay, so the only thing we need here is steel. Now, there's one problem with the way I set this up. We actually need the motors over here. So, we're going to do this. We're going to go about there. And then we're going to hit this funky button right here. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to turn this on, and they're going to move everything while I talk. I'm going to sit here and run my yap and let these little fuckers do my work. I don't want to turn them off because that seems like cheating. Well, Vulcanus is where you actually get the stuff to make cliff explosives now. They've changed cliff explosives if you're playing with Space Age, because cliff explosives now take calcite. And calcite only comes from Vulcanus. I don't think this is a vanilla... Yeah, this isn't a vanilla planet. You only get it from Vulcanus. So, you can't even make cliff explosives here unless you send the stuff back from Vulcanus. But that means that you have a much bigger area where there isn't cliffs on Novus here. So you don't have to deal with them as bad as you did before. And I don't know of... Vulcanus has its own issues. It has lava everywhere. And it does have a lot of cliffs, because that's where you make it. And because you make it there, and you only need explosives, barrels, and grenades, if you send the proper stuff up with you, knowing that you're going to need them, you honestly could do so. But they're really not that big of a deal. Now, I personally like to go to each planet and conquer each planet on its own. Like, I don't like to pack a whole lot of stuff with me. I like to get what I need from that planet, because I'm just annoying that way. Morning, Chairman. Excuse me? I know what you're referencing, and I will have you know that I'm the biggest fool there's ever been, because I'm a 70s child, and we didn't have that gay-ass propaganda when I was growing up. It's only you fucking new kids that got that fucking gay-ass propaganda of, you know, wrapping your tool. Fuck that shit. I don't wear a raincoat in the shower, and I'm not doing anything that would feel similar to it. You know what I'm excited for? Spaceballs 2. Abso-fucking-lutely. There is about 1 million frickin' movies that they have remade, that they have done a sequel for, like, 400 years after anybody stopped giving a shit about it. And Spaceballs is kind of in the same tier, except I still give a shit about this one. Like, they just decided to make, like, what is it? Freakier Friday, which is it's not a remake, but it's a knockoff of, like, a 50s movie. Or 60s movie, not 50s. It wasn't black and white. And that movie came out in what, 2000? So it's been like 20 some years since they made that shit. And I kind of enjoyed the original all those years ago, but I can't be bothered to watch it now. I just don't give a shit. But there's not a whole lot of movies that I do give a shit to watch right now. But I will watch the fuck out some Spaceballs. You damn straight I'll be watching that shit. I ain't seen shit. Or no, wait a minute. We ain't found shit. I think that's the proper way it's said. That is still one of the funniest damn parts of that. You still gotta figure out where in the fuck that originally came from, because the dude I heard say it in a frickin' video the other day frickin' annoyed the hell out of me just as much as you frickin' saying it all the time. You don't know how it's bad. I just want to punch a baby every time you say that. That shit is annoying. I completely forgot to grab undergrounds. And splitters. The fact that Mel Brooks is still alive to do it is amazing. That motherfucker is ancient. I swear he was old when he made the first one. I'm amazed he had to come out of retirement, not out of the fucking grave. vaguely recall him being like 90 or 100, somewhere in that range. Yeah, like I said, ancient old motherfucker. He's 99. Holy shit. Dude, you can't get me to give a fuck to do much of shit but sit here and yell at you assholes all day. And I'm only 40. Almost 50. Ain't no way in hell, if God allows me to hit frickin' 99, which, you know, I'm seriously doubting that that's ever gonna fucking happen, but, you know, stranger things have happened. You ain't gonna see me do shit. I ain't gonna do a damn thing but sit and bitch. And I'm pretty sure at that point there's going to be even less people that give a shit to sit and listen to me bitch. Like, I know now the streams are like 50% bear ranting about stupidity and 50% actual gameplay shit. Yeah, it's going to be worse than that. It's going to be like 90-10. And the 90 is going to be the bitching. Your grandpa is 97. Fucking hell, dude. I don't even know what I would do with myself at that age. If I hit 97, I'm going to start thinking that God forgot me. Hello? Did you forget a motherfucker? Dude, I'm amazed I'm still alive now. All the stupid shit I've done to myself. I'm amazed I'm here currently. And I already feel like I don't fit in this world anymore. Those motherfuckers lost their damn minds. Acting about as fucking stupid as you can get. I couldn't imagine another 50 years of putting up with fucking idiots and their stupidity. I can't stand the 2 generations below me. I couldn't imagine having 4 of them below me. Because trust me, they could below me. If they think I'm dealing with their bullshit. Oh, Junior's already said that, you know, when it's that time that he's not dealing with me leaving, he's going to hook my ass up to a jumper cables and a die-hard battery. Why in the fuck did you do that, moron? It's the output you want on there, not the input. You about stupid. That's better. Don't be retarded. Alright, so now we got more iron coming in there. How many? That's actually enough to handle that. So, 2, 4, wait a minute, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 20 more. So I need 14. Well, let's just get to 20. Dude, if I'm fucking in 2069, if I'm in a nursing home, they're gonna have me kicked out. Because you know I'm gonna be chasing all the nurses around. They already think I'm a sexist pig. Just imagine how bad it's gonna be when, I'm 90 and don't give a fuck. Alright, so that'll give us some more iron. And we can just take this and run it up to here. And do that. No. No, Chairman. You can't be my nurse. No dudes. You sound like Junior. Junior already told me that when I get to the point that I'm needing help wiping my ass, he's getting me a 6 foot, 350-pound brick wall of a dude that's gay as a $3 bill as my nurse. Oh, I came for frickin' inserters. Walked all the way over here, forgot what the fuck I was here for. I told Tamara since she was a nurse's aide before she went over to Austria that, she could come and wipe my butt for me. She was not enthused on the idea. I'm not sure if I understand why, but she just didn't find it to be the greatest of ideas. And I should have grabbed some more, yeah, that's what I was worried about. We're going to be putting down more miners, and we're already low on power. Miners. I don't need all of them. We'll take half. These guys are going to be up past rather shortly. I'm actually amazed we haven't gotten any research for any new power things. It looks like, yeah, we got a diesel generator coming up. So that'll be nice. Well, we've already got, we can basically double this. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Make 8 more engines and 4 more boilers. That shouldn't piss off the biters too fucking much, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Gated behind solar? Remember, I can't check gating, but why would there be anything gated behind it? You mean past it? Oh, it's not going to show me. I have that thing that hides the research, dude. It ain't going to show me jack shit. Yeah, but solar is so fucking boring, dude. It's just, I need more power, I place more things. I want, like, reactors. I want things that are a little more interesting. That's why I added the KS power thing, because, like, the diesel generators that it adds and other such things that might give me more interesting options for power. Now, granted, diesel generators aren't that interesting, but it keeps me from having to turn it into solid fuel. And if I wanted solar panels, I could just spam a fuck ton of those wind turbines. Last pack I played years ago had like bigger wind turbines after it and other shit. What'd I come up here for? Oh yeah, these. I want some of these. Don't get me wrong. Solid fuel is nice. I usually upgrade from coal to solid fuel for my solid fuel, for my boilers down here. But you guys have seen how I do GregTech. I don't like just spamming the same fucking shit over and over to make power. I don't understand, like one of Bloody's things when he was doing GT5U that still exists in New Horizons is the calcification of the solar boilers. Because he didn't want people fucking spamming more and more solar boilers, which ended up doing absolutely nothing because now people just make, 2 or 3 times as many solar boilers. So they still get the same thing, they just have to waste more material making them, and they still do the same shit. But I'm not that way. I don't even make solar boilers for one, because, well, they're boring. And I'm not a big fan of them. Hell, I didn't even test them in GT5R until we got on the new server, and those guys made them because, they wanted their passive power. I didn't give a shit. If they worked, they worked. If they didn't, they didn't. I don't fucking care. I figured I'd get around to testing them at some point. It's, how hard is it to fuck up a solar boiler? I can speak words, motherfucker. I swear I can. Yep, I know. I usually end up with so many of these fucking things that it's ridiculous the amount of them I have to fucking make. Which, like I said, is why I added that KS thing, just to see if there was something different in there that would make it a little less annoying. But yeah, solid fuel, I like solid fuel, I use it. It's just the same thing as coal. You're still just running it in a regular boiler. There's nothing interesting about it. That's why I like reactors, though they're not that interesting in Factorio. But the logic that I use to not make steam tanks makes it more interesting for me. And that's why I tried to add that nuclear mod that I tried to add, was to give us some more interesting options for doing nuclear stuff. Like getting thorium and plutonium and different ways of enriching shit and stuff like that, Alright, so that takes care of all of that. Cleaned up all of that mess. The only ones I haven't cleaned up is going up here to there, and right now I can't be bothered. We have iron again. So let's get back to engines. I like solid fuel for no higher reason than it is waste disposal that happens to make power. Yeah, it's a good way of getting rid of excess fuel stuff. It is rather funny actively trying to find ways to get rid of it. Yeah, I usually don't even go to the nuclear fuel. Once I get to solid fuel or making solid fuel into then rocket fuel, that's usually as far as I go. I've made the nuclear fuel things. Where are they? These things, I've made these before, but and they're really powerful, but I just don't usually give too much of a shit. Apparently something has added us thorium, and we have MSR fuel cells, whatever that is, and we have mixed oxide fuel. So I don't know which planet adds these, but Sirius, apparently, or Cirrus, just spelled different. So I guess we're not completely out of having that shit. Alright, so we need to get steel onto this belt. And then we'll just make a belt that runs up through here. And that'll be for the output. Because these things are super slow. So we don't have to worry about the long handle inserter being... yeah, that's a problem. We're going to have to move this back to here. Yeah, we can do that. So we do that. Yeah, that's fine. And we're going to have to jump this one up one to there, which means we're going to have to do that. So then we can do that. Wait a minute, did I go the wrong way? I might have went the wrong way. That. Alright, so there we go. Now we have engines being made, not at any decent speed, but right now we don't need that decent of a speed. So now we can get our pumps made, which are going to need pipes and steel, which we already have the steel and the pipes right here, so we can just do a pump. I'm pretty sure we're going to have more than what we need of pipes and gears here. How did that end up getting split so fucking wrong? I was supposed to be right in the middle. But it doesn't matter. I made way more than what I need. I think one of each. Well, I think one pipe is enough. You can never have enough gears. And we're also going to be running this. We're going to run this down and across here to turn and go up this way. Because we're going to need this as well. for that one. Yeah, we're going to need the gears for this one. And then we're going to need the pipes and the gears for that one. Along with, we need to make the storage tank, which is going to need iron and steel. So, let's do this. We'll do this. And then we'll do this. This will be the fluid wagon. This will be the tank. And then at the top of the line, we're also going to do this and get those made. So that should be good for all of that. So, steel, steel, steel and steel, steel. And then we need this for the engine units. We're going to need this for the engine unit. I actually probably should have put the pump and the train up at the other end because of the amount of engine units that they both are going to go through. Probably would have been a bit smarter. Yeah, fuck it. We're just gonna take these two out of here. Swap these around. We'll make this one the regular wagon. Take this one out of here. We'll put this one here for making the tanks. So then that will go there. That will go there. Well, actually, it doesn't need to go there. We need one of these because we're going to have to pull an iron line in back here. And then we'll do the undergrounds here, then the pump and the engine here. So we'll do underground pipes, pumps, engines, like that. So then we do that. We do this. We do this. That. We're also going to need that needs pipes. So it's going to need that, and then this is also going to need circuits. So then that means we're going to get this one here is going to be iron and circuits. Alright, so we'll do iron on that one. circuits on that one. And now we just need to get power to everything. And then we need to get our outputs here. So we can just do this one here. Set that down to 1. And we can do that. This here. That goes there. And set that down to 1. And I think I'm going to have to move that. Yeah, that'll be fine if I move that down to there, because this, that does need iron plates. That's a bit of a pain in the ass, but not horribly, because I can move it over here. So then we can just do that, have this and this both outputs to there, one stack of each of those. We're not going to need tons of those, so it's fine that it's going a little slow. We need this to input that. We need this to input that. And does that need? No. So I actually might do 2 of these. And then we do that, this. And limit it down to 1. Alright, so that gives us all our train stuff except for our signals. Signals are still getting researched. Since that's the last thing, we're going to go ahead and get oil in there. We'll get the research speed put in. Both of these things are concrete, and I'm not really going to bother researching solar right now, because solar isn't going to do us jack shit until we get the accumulators. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. I already made 6 and forgot to put them out. Well, look here, Demi. I bet you damn kids don't even know who the hell that was I was just doing an absolutely horrible impression of. Damn kids don't know shit nowadays about the classics. Alright, looks like that should be able to keep up with those faster insert or assemblers. We may end up having to make more of them in a bit. Iron looks like it's doing good. Not real worried about making these tiny tanks. If I need those, I'll make them when I need them. So I guess the next thing on our list is to start doing, well, didn't we get the, military science? So we can start on getting military science done, and that'll get our walls produced that we're going to be needing. And we can also start on our tracks as well. And we probably should get a few more of these in here. Oh, I need more belts. Luckily, I'm not too far. Alright, so signals just got done. And let's go ahead and do this. That way I can keep a couple stacks of them up here for when I need to use them for little piddly shit. Okay, this, that, we want this to be the input priority because we want this side to get the hell done and out of the way faster. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of all of those while we're here. And yeah, we'll just go to there. And yeah, that's connected. I don't like running through the little poles. Which now that I did that, I'm going to get rid of all of these. That's not needed. Let's start getting rid of all of these. And actually, let's do this. Have the robots pick it up. And then we can just move it down to, say, there. Clean out my inventory a little bit. Need to fix this now. And we need to bring stone up yonder. Rid of that one. So we're just going to bring the stone up this side. So we go grab some more belts. Because we're going to do military here. Though we don't need the stone for that. We're going to do the tracks over here as well. Oh, we also need to bring coal up there too. Because we need that for the grenades. Don't think we need coal up quite that fucking far. Let's go about there for the moment. Alright, so it looks like greens are starting to go down a bit. Oh, we haven't even upgraded these yet. There we go. Don't really need to worry about those. I'll probably put in a couple more of these as well while we're here kicking around. And that's going to get our research done quicker. Alright, so we are going to start with the military, which is going to need piercing rounds, grenades, and walls, which we have our stone brick here. I think. So we're not going to need that for, like, anything else. Well, we will need it for other things, but not other things over here. We're just going to bring it in under all this stuff. That'll leave me room for one more of those if I get the shed. Seriously doubt I'm going to get the shed. Alright, so we want to do military science probably on this side. We'll go ahead and set it up this way for now. So it's going to be that. And it needs how many? Okay, 2 walls, a grenade, and a piercing round. So that's not much of any of them. And it takes 10 seconds to craft. So if we do that, let's go grab some more of these real quick. And I'm just going to route the piercing rounds over there probably. We're already making them. There's no real reason to make them again over there. They're not that far away, and we're going to need a belt line for ammo anyways. So running it over there is not going to be that big a deal. We can just siphon a little bit off the belt line. Okay, so these take about the same amount of time, right? We get 2 of these every 12 seconds. We get 2 of those every 10 seconds. So we need roughly the same amount. No, we need half. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we should only need 3. Because that's 6, 12, 18, 24, 36, 42. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's 36 right there. Time-wise. Okay, we'll put a 4th one in. Just to make sure. Alright, so then if we just do walls, say here. Oh, we need grenades too. We can do this the same tier way. Grenades take 8 seconds per thing to craft. And you only get 1. We only need 1 per one of these every 10 seconds. So if we're going to keep up with it, we're going to need 4 of them. And I'm pretty sure we're only going to need 1 wall. Maybe 2. So yeah, let's just do this. Similarly, like this. And then we can run this down like that. That'll be for the piercing ammo. And then we're going to have, we're going to actually cut this out, mirror it around the other direction. And we're going to put it here. And the reason why we're doing that is because the output of this one is going to be here. And we want to put the next one here. And then they can both share the same belt. Which will end up being the purple one when we get there. Okay, so then that means we need to get... the only issue with this is we're going to need a lot more of these for purple. They're going to be like 3 times as fucking many of these. If I remember correctly, purple takes a fuck ton. Like a metric fuck ton of time. We need rails for it. We get 3 of them per, but it takes 21 seconds to craft. So we're gonna want to have somewhere around 2 to 1 to this. So that means the coal might end up being in the way, but guessing the coal will be kind of getting the hell out of here by then, so I'm not really too worried about it. Yeah, that's not where I want you, is it? Let's do this the other way around. So we're going to have the coal come across there. The grenades are just iron and coal, so we can just bring the iron in on that upper line. It's fine. We don't need to do that. To our belt. So We can do that right there. This is going to be for the grenades. Iron down there like that. This across here. We're actually going to move this one down to here. That'll be for our walls. We can then just bring this up. We'll do that just in case we want to put a second one in. I don't feel we're going to need it. We're going to have concrete at some point. But we may use a train for that. Alright, so that takes care of all of that. And yeah, that's what I figured. I needed 2 of those to input. And yeah, I'll probably go ahead and just do all amount of those. Alright, this is going to come up here. We're going to run it past all of that. Get rid of this little tough as shit. That's while we're over here. I can grab more of those. Alright, now this. Get rid of this type of shit. Alright, so that'll give us our bullets, which they do need, yeah, just one, so that'll be plenty fast enough. Alright, so there's our military science being done. We'll grab some more belts. Alright, so it got... Oh, I gotta actually suck out the oil. Gotcha. Alright, we'll go ahead and get this done, even though I'm big cliff explosives. Oh, fuck that is. I like the sound of it. Go ahead and get that done. And since we have military science, we can go ahead and start on those. That gets everything, but the defender bots will go ahead and do it, although I really don't care. I never make those stupid things. Go ahead and go get some more belts and get our military science ran. And then we'll start making our pump jacks, which we should be able to put into the normal strip area there. That, and switch that out for that out for that, and now we're good to go. We'll see if that's quick enough to keep up or not. I'm still worried about those red ones. I might need to move this up here and put in a few more of them. Alright, so on up here, we need pump jack. Take this over, we're going to need this for pipes. That. Get that started. I'm assuming that we're going to want circuits going up this way, probably for other things eventually, but right now I'm not going to worry about it. I do need steel up there. Oh, and I need gears too. And we'll go ahead and just do gears back here. That. Alright, so there's our first pump jack. Now we need to get the rails done. Which is going to need iron, 4 of them. and steel for this. But the iron is going to be in stick form. I don't know that we need that many, but it's what we're going with. And same way we brought the stone over from here, we're going to do the same with the iron and the steel. Alright, so iron in both of those, like that, steel in both of those, like that, and then we can just do that. Don't know we're going to need any more, but we'll do that just in case we do. Now that will take care of all of that. And do I want to... No. We'll bring the stone in across the top here. I knew you were going to do that. I just fucking knew it. Alright, now this, that. Now we get the stone going in. That'll get the rails being made. And now we can have those all come out here. Eventually we'll go up to mix with that. But for right now we need a box. And we'll go ahead and do that. I don't know we're going to need that many, but what the hell, we'll do it. That gives us our rails, so now we can start heading over and get our crude oil, which we've got another one over there. Go ahead and let that run and start filling that box. Oh, while we're doing that, go ahead and do this. And we want to get a box put in. Where do I want to put this? Yeah, sure. I'll just put it down. Alongside here. And we want to set this to only walls. And just let that start filling up with a metric fuck ton of walls. Alright, so rails are being done. Walls are being made. Pump jacks are done. So now we get to set up where we're going to start our oil production stuff. Alright, we are now making, well, extracting oil. So we can set up flammables, sulfur, plastic, oil burner thing, which we're not going to be burning raw oil, but it's there. So we now need to get our rail signals taken care of, along with our train stops. And we need to get our centrifuges and our oil refineries made. Because pumping that oil doesn't do us any damn good if we don't have something to use it with. Now, that is probably going to get these guys a little bit on the pissy side soon. Probably going to grab that pretty quick like and bring it down around the underside here. And I'm guessing since we have coal right here, we'll probably do our chemistry shit right in this general area. Alright, that's that on past there. And we need, now that is going to need iron sticks. So we could do iron sticks over here. But I'm thinking maybe we just do it like this. We do the iron sticks there. Why did I put this one in here? I have one right there. No fucking idea. I'll take care of the iron sticks. So now we can do that. We're going to do that. Why did you put that there? I need that here. And then we also need one of these here. Alright, so now we just need circuits and iron plates for both of these. So that and that. And then we can do, yeah, let's move that to there. Alright, so that gets all of that taken care of. Now we need to get the centrifuge and the oil refinery done, which is going to need pipes, and it's going to need everything we have on those two belts and the steel, but also stone brick. So I say we do this over here. So then we can do this. So that for that. And then we can do that for both of those. This one has only steel. That one needs steel and stone brick. So we'll just set up a line here. And we'll bring the steel and stone brick in on this line. Why the fuck did I do that? You're an idiot, obviously. Shut up. And just fix it. Alright, so I'll take care of that. Both of those in like that. Give them both an output. Make it a chest. That. Back down one. There we go. Now we have refineries and chemical plants. And this thing is going to take, that's going to take a bit to get done. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of those for the moment. And then put them back in on this end. Because we're going to need to get plastic and sulfur to move ahead. Alright, so give me a couple tanks. A couple of those. Grab a stack of them. I think we'll start down here. That'll be where we'll start our oil processing. I need some pipes. I've got pipes. Have I even made a... No, doesn't look like I have. Make a chest. Right here for pipes. Hey, this guy isn't doing anything. It's work. Oh, we need to set use filter pipe. I don't need it quite down that far. We'll go here. I think I want them spaced about that far, so if I want to put in those one things, we have room for it. There we go. Oil in the tank. That right there. Both of those in petroleum for right now. Eventually we'll have water going in there. But for right now, that gets us our petroleum. So now we got our sulfur gun. We can start making sulfuric acid. We're not making solid fuel from petroleum gas. And then we can make our sulfur from our water and petroleum gas. Grab 2 more tanks, that'll give me 3. Grab chemical reactors. Don't need any more refineries right now. And go ahead and set up this. That would be our tank for petroleum gas. And then that is going to end up being right in the way. Really don't like that being. Yeah, maybe we'll do it above it. We'll go here, and then there, and we'll do that one there, and then that one can go there. Yeah, that'll work. And that'll give us our 3 tanks. So our 3 things will be coming out of there. Alright. Plastics is almost done to get us our next tier of circuit. And with us starting all this oil stuff over here, we are going to be making a lot more pollution. I'm thinking we should probably take those guys out. Okay, so that gives me all of that. And that's an actual fucking cliff, which is annoying. Alright, so now that gives me coverage of most of my factory. I do need to get another one over here-ish. Looks like we might have water above us, which will be quite nice. Yeah, let's go grab some more bullets. Because we're definitely going to want that oil that's right there. So I'm thinking if we start putting a wall, well, we're probably not going to be going much further that way with the factory. Because we're probably going to be moving, making like our circuit area up here maybe. Kind of clean area up there, we can do it. We got a cliff there, and a cliff there. This wouldn't be bad for doing circuits up here. Because eventually we're going to need fuck tons of circuits, and I don't want them on my main line. And since we're doing oil here, and we have this coal here, which we're going to need for the oil stuff, we're going to end up doing all of our chemical reactor stuff down in here. Research is going to go over here. So yeah, we'll probably end up doing circuits up in that area up there. Alright, now we can see all of the factory except for where the copper is. We'll fix that later. Not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and come up here and look at this water area we have and see if it's just a couple lakes or if it's going to be a nice barrier. Alright, looks like it's going to be a nice northern barrier for at least part of it. And then we got biters right there. It's right about where I need to cut through here. And I forgot to grab bullets. Let's grab bullets. I don't know if I can get rid of them with only 100. Yeah, looks like we're going to have to do a wall that comes right through here. I'm going to keep that iron on the inside. So we'll probably do from there down to here. Just do a line right through there. Go grab some bullets. We'll get rid of these guys up here. Oh shit, we're here. Let's go ahead and get this done. And we are cleaning this iron out. Man, piercing rounds eat through those frickin' worms nice and quick. Didn't even need my turrets.